This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days.
Alright, so just wanted to explain what we're doing. So these are the two sidewalls, and where these lines are, I measured out just about 1 inch in, and then at 4, 8, and 1 inch in, and we are drilling little holes, and he's got a little dowel he's using to measure just to make sure it's consistently deep. And we will be taking these PVC pipes, which are the same size, and fitting them down in here to create the top.
Searching for your praise, but is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to learn your memories?
All right. So I wanted to give you an update. We drilled these holes with 7/8 bit, and then dry fitted them to make sure they fit. And we drilled it about 1 inch deep. And then I used some of this clear Gorilla Glue just because we had it on hand. Are you helping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say we got a broke arm because we're wild and still climbing. Can you get down, please, so you don't fall?
No, I know you see.
You want to see?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you.
Look.
And then I put braces against the back. These were just 2-foot pieces that I cut at 45-degree angles and just fitted in there as close as I could. I put them flush with the top, or about as flush as I could get, because I might build a platform to put the food and water on, although I would rather have it at front, so I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. And I just screws in on this side, going in kind of at an angle, and then in on this side, just going straight in. And on this side, the wood started to split, so I just did 2 screws on this side going in to reinforce it, and that'll just help keep everything square, because I was about to put the door up and work on the door. Sorry, I've been cutting in here, big mess. And as I was moving it back so I could set you guys up to see, I realized yeah, the frame was shifting, even with having these in there and bracing and everything else still shifting. So what we're doing for the door is I've got these 2-foot boards, and then these are 6-foot boards, and I'm going to set it up like this. See if I can back up enough for you to see. And then mark where this meets, so that I know where to stick the top brace of the door frame and what angle to cut this board at. So let's get to it. Are you bulldozing?
So I thought I would show you what I did and save you from having to watch me do it, because I fought with this chicken wire. I'm not gonna lie. We had 5-foot chicken wire that was the temporary pen on our chick brooder duck coop build. And since these are 10 foot, I used half of the roll for right here and half of the roll for right here. And I just zip tied them together and zip tied them to these pieces. And along the sides, I zip tied them to the green fencing down here. So now I've got to figure out a way to cover this back part, cover the sides right here, and get the door built. All right, we have the back covered. And again, I saved you from having to watch me fight with this chicken wire. But what I did was I rolled out the chicken wire on the ground, and I cut a piece that was 74 inches, because that is what it is from the outside of this board to the outside of that board down there. And I lined it up with this second row, and I zip tied it here and all the way around the bottom first. And then I pulled up on it to make sure it was relatively taut, as tight as I could get chicken wire. And I zip tied it at every one of these like rows of wire. I zip tied it to the back arch, and I had this board sitting here just to help keep this pushed back, because again, it's a little, well, not anymore, but it was a little unstable since it doesn't have like the door supports like that does over there. So now I am going to just trim off the excess of this panel of chicken wire, and I'm hoping that although I'm not quite sure, but I'm hoping that the excess might be enough to fill these gaps up front. And I still haven't clipped all of these, so maybe I'll do that too.